Hey everybody, Mikey P here.
And Jilly B.
And today we're going to do a haul video. It's been a while since we've been able to record, and we've picked up a ton of cool stuff lately in anticipation for the holidays and Christmas. And we've been working like crazy listing. We're up to almost 700 listings thanks to Jill. We've been listing a lot of plushes. If you look back here, these are big bags of plushes. Those are about 2 of maybe 15 or something. We have so many. You have anything to say about plushes?
Probably about 100 listed and only 400 more to go.
Well, and we bought more. So probably 500 more to go. I don't even think we have 100 listed. So we're maybe 1/5 of the way finished with plushes only. And we have a lot of other boxes of stuff. But we wanted to show some of the highlights that we found recently. So here we go.
You can go.
Okay, so here we have an Alf. He's complete in the box. He's from the 1980s. He typically sells for about $100 to $150. The box is almost always badly damaged. This one's in excellent condition. We have him up for around $250. Battery compartment is all good, no corrosion. He works. He was taken out of the box, and the rubber bands on the side dry rotted. I tried to reattach him in there at least so he was higher up, but that didn't work out. Besides that, I mean, really cool piece. We paid $30
at an estate sale, actually where we picked up some books.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was at an estate sale. He was in the attic, and I went for him, and Jill went for other stuff, but we'll show that in a bit. So this is why Jill went in the basement, because there was military jackets, and I don't know much about military stuff, but they're really cool. They're like blazers, and they have insignia on them. Hopefully you can see this clearly. I would like to show it so people can maybe help me identify it. If you know what this insignia is and you can help us figure out how to list these, we'd greatly appreciate it. This one's more like a blazer, and then this one is like a button-up, more casual shirt, I would say. There's not much as far as markings on the inside. There's a size, and then it says P4188. That's about all I got here. I don't know much more about it. I haven't typically seen military blazers, so I would love to know more about what these are, who might have had them, how we can find out more information about them.
Hey, why are you eating that?
Yeah, and we should mention that this insignia doesn't seem to match the other ones, so I'm not sure if these are from like different rankings.
Honestly, it looks small, like kind of like a woman's cut, but I could be wrong. Here we have some vintage Garfield finds. This was in a lot full of Garfield stuff Mike picked up at an auction. This one is to hold your mugs, coffee, tea, whatever.
And this is 2 pieces. This is a key holder and a jacket rack. These are from the 70s and 80s, I believe.
This one says 1978.
Yeah, and then this one's really cool. This is a toothbrush holder that isn't chipped or damaged, which I really like. And I'm not sure what year he's from, but he's just really fun. There's also all these stained glass pieces with the pewter around them, I believe. There's a bunch of them. They're all different Garfield stances. Now, mind you, we have so much more Garfield stuff than this. We picked up like several hundred pieces, different mugs, bookends, all sorts of valuable stuff. We just bid on it all because I thought it was a really cool pickup. We try to sell pop culture stuff normally, and that really fit well. Along with that, we have these vintage trays, Ziggy, Garfield, Power Rangers, and then we had previously sold one of these, Strawberry Shortcake. So we got a bunch of these blue glass decorative bottles. Some of them are smaller, some are much larger. The larger ones seem to have much more intricate designs, and they seem to be pressed glass. The one thing I really liked is they all have their corks, which are almost always lost. And then here's another one. This kind of looks more like a whiskey bottle. And I think we got like 50 of these for fairly cheap. Here's Rue. He's throwing an absolute fit because we're not paying attention to him and we're talking. And I don't know why.
And we're in this room. He's not usually allowed in this room.
But he hates when we talk too. Like if I record any video when she's not home, he'll just whine at me the whole time. I don't know what his problem is right now, but he doesn't typically like being held, and he's doing really good right now. So, as Jill was going to show, this is Abraham Lincoln bust. It was made by Austin Productions in the 1960s and 70s. They did a ton of different presidential busts. This specific one is quite rare. You can see his head is about actual size. And most of them are smaller and have more of the body. It's not in perfect condition. It definitely has chips and issues. But it's probably worth $200 to $500 depending on the buyer, time of year, current market. I don't remember what we paid for it, but we definitely make a profit. And he's really cool.
It's heavy, very heavy.
Yeah, I think it weighs 12 pounds. So it is made out of some type of resin and painted bronze.
This is an incredibly cool vase that we found. It was in another lot that we picked up from an auction. It actually has these dots all over it. We're thinking that it's probably Braille because it's raised, and all of the flowers are outlined as well and raised, which is really neat and different for this type of vase.
Yeah, and it seems to have a Japanese marking, I believe. I found some similar vases without the Braille-like pattern, and they've sold for several $100s. It is gilded. All this paint is laced with like gold. It's very shiny gold paint. It's in great condition. Doesn't have any chips or anything. Seems to be quite old. Has beautiful artistry. So I think it's listed for about $250. We honestly paid $5 for it or something. Here we have a pewter stein. We got a huge lot of steins. I think we have 14 to 16 of them. This is the only one that's listed currently because I haven't had a chance to go through the other ones. This one is 100% made out of pewter, which is fairly uncommon. Most have a pewter lid or a pewter ornamental handle. It's heavy, and it features the city of Munich on the front, which is really cool.
This book?
Yeah.
Oh, you know way more about this book than I do.
Okay. So, as Jill said, if you follow us on social media, you'll have seen this and the Lincoln head. This is a very rare book we found. It is the Scarlet Book of Freemasonry. It is gilded on the outside, and it has indentations and embossments all over the cover and the back cover as well, although the back isn't gilded like the front. You can see the pages are gilded. It's in really good condition for its age. It was written in 1888, and it's filled with some crazy stuff, like torture and murder and the history of the Freemasons and all sorts of stuff. There's a number of them that have sold for between $300 and $600. Ours is by far the best condition that I've been able to find on eBay. It might sit for a while. We paid 10 cents for it, so I'm quite happy at any amount it sells for. Really good pickup. It was in a massive lot of books that we got, and there's a number of other cool vintage books we haven't even got to look through. So honestly, you'll probably just find more cool treasure. It's one of the coolest finds we've had as far as books go, for sure. Okay, so we have all these different colored stemware wine glasses. These are like goblet shape. And I wanted to talk about these a bit because it's really interesting. So they're made by Red Cliff. And I didn't know what brand that was. I had never heard of them. Hold those. I had never heard of them. And I looked it up, and it turns out that Red Cliff is the same as Fenton. So Fenton is known for making these wavy vases. You know, they're really common, and they sell quite well if they have a unique pattern, unique color, but the market's really flooded with Fenton. And Red Cliff is just a derivative of their business. Bless you.
Sorry.
It's a different name that they, like a DBA that they do business as, is Red Cliff. For whatever reason, for stemware, they did that. But it's really nice. It has this etched star and moon pattern. We got about 30 of them for less than $1 a piece. And we're selling them in sets for like $50 or something. They're really cool and just kind of quirky and something that, goes with the hipster movement type thing that's going on. So we picked up a number of vintage board games. Obviously this is E.T., but the cool part about this is it's complete and a number of the pieces inside aren't even popped out of the cardboard. I'm not even sure what it's worth. I haven't had time to do research on it. We have probably 20 vintage board games. We sold Stratego already for around $30, but a number of them will be worth a lot more money, including this. And then we found a lot of these in an auction. I don't know if, let's scoot up here. I don't know how well you can see these, but it's a solid glass globe doorknob. They were made between 1910 and 1920. All of the glass is intact. A little bit of wear on the end. No chips. It includes the entire piece, the bar, the fixtures, and the door handle itself. And we have like 6 or 7 of these, and they seem to be selling for several $100s a piece. They're quite hard to find. They're really neat looking in person. I'm not sure how good they look on camera, but they're really neat. And dirty, apparently.
Even though I washed them. Not nervous.
So this is probably the coolest piece we've found and will find for a while. It's a very interesting piece of art from Italy. It was in a lot from an auction that was about $35, and we bought it for a different piece of pottery in it. And I couldn't get over how cool it looked, and it's signed on the bottom. If you look on the bottom, it's signed. And I could not find the artist. So currently we're working with a rare art appraiser, and we'll cut to a different camera view so you can see it up close. We're working with a rare art appraiser to get a value on it. But essentially this was made in a studio in Italy in the late 1800s. The artist who made it died shortly after, and his son continued on the business. The son has had pieces who sell for, $500 to $1,000, but there's very few pieces made by the original artist. I can't think of his name. I'll post it on the screen. And so we're thinking this piece is worth between $3,000 and $5,000, most likely based on another comparable one that was posted. But it's hard to say because there really isn't much to compare it to. So we really need to get it appraised. But the cool part is we paid less than $10 for it. It should bring in at least a few thousand. It's a beautiful piece. And it was just something completely unexpected. It wasn't like we bought it because of this piece. It was just thrown in a lot of something that we wanted. And just really cool. It's like when you're picking and flipping, this is what you hope for. And Jill's just starting out, and she got to see like how excited I was. I called her while she was at the gym. I was like, "You have to come here and see this thing. I can't believe how much it's worth." And I sent her screenshots and stuff. So it's a really neat piece. It's like the type of thing you find once in a lifetime. If you show them the inside's really beautiful. And so this type of pottery is called lustra or lustro, which essentially means like it's a shiny type. And all of this paint on here is filled with metallic tin, and that's why it's so shiny. But the cool part is it's like not overly shiny. It doesn't glare in your face. It's not overdone, but it does have like a gleam to it that other stuff doesn't. What do you think of it?
Let me just say this. I cleaned it. I had to scrub out, there was like clay or some type of
I forgot
sticky
about
putty
that.
on the inside of it, and I did not know how much it was worth then, and I'm glad that I didn't.
Well, not only that, so I forgot about that. Someone glued something on the inside here with old caulk, and they put glitterol inside of it. And I pried it out with a metal like pry bar. Like I was prying metal in here. Luckily, the tinned paint is really hard and it didn't scratch anything. But I wasn't very kind to it to begin with. I was really annoyed that someone glued something in there. So...
And that there was glitter. We hate glitter.
Yeah, we don't deal with glitter. It's just the worst. So anything with glitter, I'm like trying to get cleaned immediately or out of our house. Well, that's it for this lot. We've been working really hard to find stuff. The house is filled with stuff. We've been listing like crazy, trying to work around my school schedule and Jill's schedule. It's been quite a challenge, but we don't want to miss Q4. We've been doing really well. Our sales on eBay in 60 days are up to 11,600. Our sales on Amazon in 60 days are at 3,000, and our sales on Etsy are around 1,500. So we've been doing really well as far as sales go. Most of that money was pumped back into the business, so we're slowing down now with inventory sourcing until the holidays are over. But I mean, sales have been really consistent.
Most of the Amazon sales are the book lots that we receive. We sort them all out and send them there.
Yeah, so that's Amazon FBA, which we'll make a video about in the future in our process when we have more space and a clean area to record and show people. But we're running into an issue now where we filled our inventory capacity at Amazon, which wasn't a thing previously when I used FBA. And so we're having to appeal for more space. We have over 300 books labeled and ready to go to Amazon that there's no space for. And so that's creating a whole different issue that we're trying to deal with. And that's not helping clear the house out, which is what we've been trying to work on.
Yeah.
Besides that, if you want to follow us on our socials, TikTok is the Geek Peak. It'll be down below.
So is Instagram.
Instagram is the Geek Peak Finds. And our eBay is also the Geek Peak right now. So we've been working on a different brand. We'll talk about that more in the future when we get a lot more things finished and branding type stuff done. We've been struggling to find a graphic designer, which has been an ongoing thing. But we've been working on it. We have a bunch of cool pop culture stuff that we're going to be listing for the Christmas season. Anime stuff. Just cool nerd culture stuff that I enjoy and that I would love to keep stocking and build a brand around.
I enjoy it too.
You enjoy what?
I mean, I like the geeky stuff too. Not as much as you do, but
I know. So tell them what's some geeky stuff that you like.
I don't know, like
Tell them.
the Sailor Moon stuff that you found.
Oh yeah, Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
What else?
I don't know.
Um,
I just like learning about it too. Like my brother's really into anime stuff, so when he showed me some of the anime stuff that he found, I was like, oh my god, my brother's into that, which was like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and I can't remember the other one.
Did you know those mugs apparently change in hot water? I haven't had a chance
Really?
to look
Oh,
at them.
that'll be really cool.
Yeah, we have a bunch of different mugs. Some from Sonic Adventures, Trombone. I can't even think of what else. But our goal is to stock a lot more stuff than that. Stuff from Street Fighter. This is all just stuff I grew up with and I really enjoy and my family's enjoyed. Jill likes Sailor Moon, but there was something else you liked, I thought.
I mean, I played Pac-Man and Sonic growing up too.
Oh yeah, Sonic stuff. Pac-Man. What other video games did you play?
Probably ones that you wouldn't know, but I can't even think of right now.
Oh, like computer stuff?
Yeah, like the Barbie ones.
Oh, yeah, I definitely don't know those. I think that's it. Is there anything else we should mention?
I don't know. We have a ton of plushes going up. A lot of them are like Winnie the Pooh, Disney characters. What other ones? Some
Nightmare
Star
Before Christmas,
Wars.
Adam's Family, Ghostbusters, Toy Story galore.
Monsters Inc. galore.
So many Winnie the Poohs.
Yeah.
And we just got a bunch of vintage plushes.
Sesame Street.
Bugs Bunny, Land Before Time stuff, the Energizer Bunny for whatever reason, Alf obviously.
Come here. You want to say bye? Come on.
Well, Rue is telling us our time is up, so we're going to wrap up this video. We'll see you guys soon. We appreciate you watching, and if you have any questions, remember to leave them in the comments. Follow us on socials if you use them, and we'll see you soon. Peace.
Bye.
Say bye, Rue. Bye.